Hello X-Men Marvel Legends fans, this is Solid Dave Snake bringing you another review on the X-Men Marvel Legends Infinite Series action figures. And this review is going to be on one of my favorite villains from the X-Men universe, and it is Stryfe. And a Marvel Legend has never been made of this character before, so this is an original, and there's not really too many looks for this character besides the outfit he's in. If you watched my action figure comparison video I uploaded yesterday, comparing him to the 90s Toy Biz version of him, he pretty much looks the same costume wise, and not a lot has changed with this character throughout the comic books. And he's one of my favorite villains. And to give you a little backstory on this character, if you know who Cable is, he is the leader of X-Force, and he was a time traveler, just like Stryfe. And to give a big spoiler, Cable, Nathan Summers, is the son of Jean Grey and Cyclops. And Stryfe here is an exact clone of Cable. So he kind of is, in the same way, a son of Jean Grey and Cyclops. But he used his time traveling to his advantage, trying to change the course of history, and he just ended up getting beef with everybody from the X-Men to X-Force, Cable, of course, and even other villains like Apocalypse. And that'll bring me to his one real nice accessory. Well, he actually comes with the Build-A-Figure pieces for Jubilee too. I'll bring those out real quick. The head and 2 blast effects for when you complete her. But his other accessory, this sword you see in his hand, is actually straight out of the comic books. I'm going to move his package aside here. And in this X-Force comic book, where you see him punching Apocalypse here, it was part of one of the X-Men sagas that would span all the comic books. And he drives this sword into Apocalypse's chest in that issue. So this accessory is straight out of the comic book, which I find really neat. If you can tell, that little inscription on the handle of the sword is of Apocalypse. And besides that, there's no other real significant detail. Just real nice handle, kind of basic blade. It doesn't look sharp at the end, and just that one tone of bronze. But great accessory. And nice for customizing, maybe paint the blade silver. That's all it would need. And the figure himself is a great representation of Stryfe. This figure's awesome. And is a lot bigger than the other figures in the wave too. He stands a little bit taller, and I'm kind of surprised he's not the Build-A-Figure. His helmet goes all the way around in this. You can see it's nicely detailed on the back with the fins coming out. And that's how he was in the comics. It looked like that in the back. It went all the way around. Of course, he has those spikes on his shoulder pads. Those notches on his chest plate. And then a different tone of kind of bluer, grayish armor. And other spots. This belt piece is separate, and this is actually fitted on here too. This was separate and glued down. Same thing with the gauntlets. They turn around, but those lines are supposed to be on the outside. On the inside, they're just bare. And he's got that spike look going down his legs as well. And has that real nice red cape. And it's a little pliable. It's not extremely pliable, but you're only going to be able to get this one look out of it. You can't reposition it, but it is fine. That's a good looking cape to me. And in a spot where it'll work posed without any kind of situation. And it's connected on there. You can't take it off. But I love this figure, and just like all Marvel Legends, he is highly articulated. He's got a ball joint at the head and a hinge, which will get 360 degrees of movement. and up and down, but it's really loose and pops off real easy. I mean, all the heads of the Marvel Legends come off, but his feels extra loose and has a little bobble on mine. See how it's pretty loose? So, it's not too big of a deal. But he has a ball joint and hinge here at the shoulders, which is restricted from the shoulder pads, but otherwise moves everywhere else you need it to. It'll go pretty much all the way out. And he has a cut here at the bicep that will rotate. Double hinged elbows, which will go that far up and back straight. And he's got a twist here at the wrist and a hinge. And he does have that ab crunch, which will go really far forward, but not as far back because of the cape. It's still back far enough. You just can't get that last click out of it. And he has twist at the waist and at the hips. He has a ball hinge and a joint that'll kick that far out, all the way up front and back. Double hinge knees. And ball joint and hinge here at the ankles with that ankle pivot. So it's nice he gets ankle pivot. Real nice movement. So overall, I got to give a high recommendation for this figure if you're an X-Man fan, especially Cable and X-Force. He's a must-have, and I really hope they do an updated Cable sometime. Maybe even other members out of his organization, just like how Magneto had the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. He had the Mutant Liberation Front. So it'd be nice to see maybe Reaper out of there, or oh, I don't know, Tempest or Zero. Any one of those would be cool. But thanks again for watching, guys, and next week I will put up a review on Cyclops, so stay tuned.